Do you know that your greatest enemy to success is often your own need for validation? Many people fail, not because they lack talent, ability, or opportunity, but because they are too busy trying to prove something to the world. They waste precious time seeking approval from people who don't even hold the keys to their destiny. Let me tell you something. True success does not come from applause. It does not come from likes, followers, or public recognition. It comes from discipline, focus, and the courage to walk alone if necessary. Some of the greatest visionaries in history were ridiculed, misunderstood, and even opposed, not because they were wrong, but because they chose to focus on their assignment instead of seeking permission from the crowd. Today, we will uncover the power of silence, self-discipline, and purpose-driven success. We will learn why the loudest voices in the room are often the weakest, and why those who work in silence always make the biggest impact. By the end of this message, you will understand a truth that will change your life. You don't need to announce your greatness. Your results will do that for you. You will see why staying focused and silent is the key to unlocking your destiny. Because when you master the art of silence, you become unstoppable. Are you ready? Let's begin. Your greatest investment is you. The greatest investment you will ever make is not in stocks, not in real estate, not even in a business. It is in you. Because the truth is, you can lose a job, you can lose money, you can lose possessions, but if you have developed yourself, you can always rebuild. You are your greatest asset. Before you build anything outside, build yourself inside. Too many people spend their lives trying to accumulate things, but they never take time to develop the person who will manage those things. They want success, but they don't prepare for it. They want opportunities, but they don't refine their skills. And that is why so many people get what they prayed for, only to lose it, because they did not first become the person who could sustain it. Success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract by the person you become. If you want success, don't chase it. Instead, chase knowledge, chase growth, chase discipline. Invest in learning, character, and personal development, because these are the foundations of lasting success. The difference between a rich man and a poor man is not what they have in their hands, it is what they have in their minds. That is why I would always say, the wealth of the world is not in the ground, it is in the minds of men. Everything you need to transform your life is already inside you. But it requires cultivation. It requires discipline. It requires silence and focus to develop the gifts and ideas that will elevate you. So I ask you today, how much have you invested in yourself? How much time do you spend building you? Because the level of your success will never exceed the level of your personal growth. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Invest in yourself, because when you do, success will not be something you chase, it will be something you become. Silence is power. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. The most powerful people in the world are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who move in silence and let their results speak. You see, the problem with many people is that they talk too much. They announce their plans before they even begin. They share their dreams with people who do not have the capacity to understand them. And in doing so, they expose themselves to unnecessary opposition, doubt, and distractions. But if you truly want to be successful, you must learn the wisdom of silence. Speaking less and doing more is a game changer. When you work in silence, you avoid unnecessary resistance. You keep the enemy guessing. You move with precision and purpose. While others are busy talking about what they are going to do, you are actually doing it. And when the time is right, your results will speak for themselves. The Bible is full of examples of people who understood the power of silent preparation. Look at Joseph. He had a great dream, but when he shared it prematurely, his own brothers turned against him. They threw him into a pit, sold him into slavery, and tried to destroy his destiny. But God had a plan. Joseph remained silent, faithful, and disciplined. And when the time came, he went from the prison to the palace without having to explain himself. His results spoke for him. Look at Jesus. He spent 30 years in preparation for a ministry that lasted only 3 years. He did not rush to prove himself. He did not seek validation. He waited for the right moment, and when he stepped into his assignment, the world had no choice but to recognize him. Even in history, the greatest leaders, inventors, and innovators worked in silence before the world ever knew their names. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading Israel. David was anointed king but had to endure years of silent preparation before he took the throne. The pattern is clear: those who rush to announce their greatness often fall, but those who prepare in silence rise with unshakable strength. Silence is power. It is the mark of the wise. It is the discipline of champions. When you learn to move in silence, you free yourself from the noise of opinions, the weight of expectations, and the distractions of doubters. So I challenge you today: stop announcing, stop explaining, stop seeking validation. Just do the work. Focus, build, prepare, and when the time is right, your success will make the noise for you. Don't announce your process. One of the greatest mistakes you can make on your journey to success is speaking too soon about your dreams and goals. Many people fail, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they expose their vision prematurely. They get excited, they start talking, and before they know it, they've invited opposition, doubt, and even sabotage into their process. Not everyone needs to know what you are building. Not everyone has the faith to believe in your vision. Some people will discourage you, not because they want to, but because they are limited by their own fears and small thinking. Others will actively try to stop you, simply because they don't want to see you succeed. Premature exposure attracts unnecessary opposition. Look at the story of Joseph. He had a dream that he would one day be a ruler. But instead of keeping it to himself, he shared it with his brothers. What happened? They became jealous. They conspired against him. They threw him into a pit and sold him into slavery. Why? Because he announced his process before it was time. Some battles you are facing right now could have been avoided if you had stayed silent. Some of the resistance in your life didn't come because you were wrong. It came because you spoke too soon. The enemy cannot fight what he does not see. Your critics cannot attack what they do not know. If you want to succeed, learn to move in silence. Let your results speak louder than your words. The oak tree does not shout while it grows. The eagle does not announce before it soars. The sun does not make noise, it simply rises, and the whole world acknowledges its presence. That is the power of working in silence. So, I challenge you today: stop explaining. Stop justifying. Stop seeking approval. Just do the work. Build, grow, and develop yourself in secret. And when the time is right, your success will make the announcement for you. Because the truth is this: when you are truly great, you don't have to say a word, your impact will say it all. Ignore distractions and doubters. Distractions are the enemy of destiny. And one of the greatest distractions you will ever face is the voice of doubters and critics. If you're not careful, the wrong voices can talk you out of your assignment, weaken your faith, and derail your progress. Listen carefully. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every voice deserves a response. And not every critic deserves an explanation. Some people will criticize you simply because they don't understand your vision. Others will doubt you because they cannot see what God has placed inside of you. But let me tell you something: their lack of belief does not limit your potential. That is why you must be intentional about filtering out opinions that don't align with your purpose. If you listen to the wrong people, you will begin to doubt yourself. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will lose momentum. That's why Jesus himself was careful about who he allowed into his inner circle. When he went to raise Jairus' daughter from the dead, he put the doubters out of the room, Mark 5 verse 40. Why? Because faith and doubt cannot operate in the same space. Your destiny is too important to be debated by those who don't understand it. Stop trying to convince people to believe in what God has already placed in your heart. Stop explaining your dreams to those who were never meant to be part of them. If you spend all your energy responding to critics, you will have no energy left to fulfill your purpose. Look at Nehemiah. When he was rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, his enemies tried to distract him. They mocked him, sent threats, and even invited him to a meeting to stop his progress. But Nehemiah refused to come down from the wall. He said, "I am doing a great work, and I cannot come down." Nehemiah 6 verse 3. He understood that his assignment was more important than responding to his critics. And that is the mindset you must have. Stay on the wall. Keep building. Keep growing. Keep working. Because in the end, your results will silence every critic. So today, make a decision. Stop listening to negativity. Stop explaining yourself. Stop being distracted by doubters. Keep your eyes on your goal and move forward with confidence. Because when you walk in purpose, you don't have time to look back at those who don't believe in you. Work in the dark. Every great thing begins in the dark. A seed does not grow in the sunlight. It grows in the soil, hidden beneath the ground, long before anyone sees the harvest. In the same way, your success is determined by what you do when no one is watching. The problem with many people today is that they want instant visibility without hidden preparation. They want to be seen before they are strong enough to stand. They want to be celebrated before they are disciplined enough to sustain success. But the truth is, if you skip the process of working in the dark, you will collapse under the pressure of the spotlight. Hidden effort always leads to visible success. Look at an athlete. Before they ever win a gold medal, they spend years training in private. Long hours, early mornings, strict discipline, no cameras, no applause, no recognition. But when the moment of competition comes, their preparation speaks for them. The same applies to your life. Like I will always say, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. But I'll add this, the greatest failure is not falling, it's being unprepared when your opportunity arrives. That's why you must embrace the season of working in the dark. This is where consistency and patience are developed. It's easy to be motivated when people are watching, but true character is revealed in what you do when no one is looking. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, this is what separates the successful from the mediocre. The disciplined from the distracted. The prepared from the unprepared. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before he led Israel. David killed a lion and a bear in secret before he ever faced Goliath. Even Jesus spent 30 years in preparation for a 3-year ministry that changed the world. Why? Because true greatness is built in the dark. So today, I challenge you. Stop chasing the spotlight and start embracing the soil. Work while no one is clapping. Train while no one is watching. Prepare while no one is asking. Because when your moment comes, you won't have to prove yourself. Your results will prove you. Shine in the light. After the seasons of silence, discipline, and unseen preparation, there comes a moment when you step into the light. And when that moment comes, your success will not be ignored. You see, the reward of silent preparation is not hidden forever. The same way a seed bursts through the earth to become a mighty tree, your efforts, no matter how quiet and unseen, will eventually bear fruit. And when the time is right, the world will notice. When the time is right, your results will shine. But here's the key. Divine timing is what brings public recognition without self-promotion. In a world obsessed with self-promotion, many people rush to announce their greatness. They try to force recognition, chasing applause and validation from the world. But real success does not need to be shouted. When your time comes, you will be seen for who you truly are. Your efforts will speak for themselves. Consider the story of Esther. She spent years in silence, hidden in the palace. No one knew the power she would one day wield, but God was preparing her for a moment that would change the course of history. And when the time came, she didn't need to campaign for her recognition. It was divinely orchestrated. Her beauty, her wisdom, and her courage were noticed at the right time, and the entire nation was saved because of her. This is how divine timing works. When you work in silence, God is aligning circumstances, people, and moments to bring you into the light. You don't need to force it. You don't need to hustle for attention. The world will eventually recognize you at the right time. Your preparation will speak for itself. But I also want to remind you of something very important. As you shine, remain humble. Success is never about elevating yourself. It is about lifting others up and fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. True greatness is rooted in service, not self-promotion. Always remember that when you step into the light, you're not there for your own glory but to fulfill a greater purpose. So, my friend, trust the process. Keep preparing in silence. Keep working when no one is watching. When your time comes, you will shine brightly, and your success will speak louder than any words you could ever say. Purpose over popularity. In a world where fame and recognition seem to be the ultimate goals, we often forget that true success is built on purpose, not applause. Many people are chasing the wrong things. They are chasing likes, followers, and the approval of the crowd. They are looking for popularity, thinking it will bring them fulfillment, security, or meaning. But let me tell you this today: popularity is not the same as success. True success is found in fulfilling your calling, not in pleasing the masses. You were not created for applause, you were created for purpose. And when you align yourself with that purpose, success will follow naturally. But if you spend your life chasing validation from others, you will eventually lose yourself. There are countless people who have gained popularity, only to discover that it was a shallow victory. The applause fades, the lights dim, and the accolades are forgotten. But when you chase purpose, you tap into something eternal. Purpose is the foundation of lasting success, and when you build your life on purpose, it doesn't matter whether the crowd cheers or not. You are living a life that is meaningful, impactful, and aligned with your true calling. If you chase popularity, you may lose yourself. But if you chase purpose, popularity will follow at the right time. This is not just a theory, it is the principle that governs every great life. Look at the lives of true leaders, innovators, and game changers. They didn't set out to be famous. They set out to fulfill their purpose. They worked in silence. They stayed focused on their vision. And in time, their work spoke for them. Popularity followed, but it was not their pursuit, it was the byproduct of their commitment to purpose. Let's take a moment and look at Jesus. He didn't chase popularity. In fact, he often withdrew from the crowds and avoided the spotlight. But his purpose was clear: to save humanity, to teach the truth, to bring healing, and to build a legacy of love and grace. And what happened? His purpose changed the world, and today, his name is known and revered by billions. If you stop spending your life chasing fame, focus on your purpose, teaching people to understand their potential and fulfill their calling. In years to come, your teachings will continue to inspire millions around the world. Your purpose can build a legacy, and with it, a global following. Purpose brings fulfillment. Popularity is fleeting. It is the applause of the crowd, but purpose is the applause of destiny. When you align your life with your purpose, you will never need to chase the crowd. The crowd will find you. They will recognize the greatness inside of you. But most importantly, you will be fulfilled, because you know that you are living out the very reason for which you were created. So today, make a decision. Stop chasing the crowd. Stop chasing validation. Chase your purpose, work in silence, and when the time is right, your purpose will bring you everything you need: purpose, success, fulfillment, and yes, popularity, at the right time. Don't announce your plans. Work in the dark and shine in the light. There's a powerful principle that successful people understand. Don't announce your plans. Work in the dark and shine in the light. Many people make the mistake of sharing their goals and dreams too early. They feel the need to tell everyone their next move, to seek validation, and to get approval from others. But when you announce your plans too soon, you invite unnecessary pressure, criticism, and distraction. You may attract people who don't believe in your vision, people who'll try to talk you out of your dreams, or worse, people who'll place limitations on what you can achieve. Instead of focusing on the journey, you get caught up in defending your dream to others. You're distracted by opinions that don't matter. You waste your energy explaining yourself to people who may never understand your calling or your process. Don't let the world's opinions shape your future. Your dreams are precious. Your vision is sacred. Protect them by working in silence. The best time to work is when no one is watching. Work on your craft, your business, your purpose in the quiet places, where only you and your Creator know the full story. Think about the story of Noah. He spent years building an ark, preparing for something that had never been seen before: rain, a flood, a worldwide catastrophe. People mocked him. They didn't understand why he was doing what he was doing. But he didn't try to explain himself. He just kept building. And when the flood came, Noah didn't have to announce his plans. The ark he built in silence and obedience to his calling was all the world needed to see. Your greatness will be revealed in the light, but it is formed in the dark. It's when you work without fanfare, when you labor without applause, that your greatness is forged. Every hour you spend learning, growing, and improving in the unseen moments is a step toward something bigger. And when your time comes, you won't have to say a word. Your results will speak for themselves. When you stay focused and silent, you become a force of nature. The world will see the fruit of your labor, and it will be undeniable. But it's important to remember, the fruit comes after the seed is planted, nurtured, and grown in the dark. That's where the work happens. That's where the strength is developed. So, let this be your mantra. Don't announce your plans. Work in the dark and shine in the light. Stay focused on your purpose. Stay silent about the details. Let your actions, your results, and your journey speak louder than any announcement you could make. Because when you let your greatness unfold in the right season, it will be unstoppable. As we close today, let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons we've learned. Silence, focus, discipline. These are the pillars of unstoppable success. Success is not about noise. It's about the quiet strength that comes from consistent effort, the clarity that comes from focusing on your purpose, and the unwavering discipline that keeps you moving forward when the world tries to distract you. When you commit to these principles, you build a foundation that can't be shaken, a success that can't be taken away. So let me leave you with this: stop seeking approval. Stop chasing validation from others. Start working in silence, and let your results speak louder than any words ever could. Remember, the moment will come when your work will be noticed. When the time is right, the spotlight will shine on you. But until then, keep working. Keep growing. Keep preparing. The world is waiting for your greatness. You were born for greatness, but greatness requires patience, focus, and a commitment to your purpose. So, stay focused. Stay silent when you need to. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Let your results prove your worth. And most of all, trust the process. Your destiny is unfolding right before your eyes. So embrace the silence, embrace the process, and let your greatness unfold, because the world is waiting for what you have to offer. So, go out, live it, and let your results speak for themselves. Stay focused, stay silent, and let your greatness unfold. God bless you.
Thank you for watching. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more life-changing teachings from Dr. Myles Munroe.